Dementia Diaries. Hi, I'm Mike, and it's been a while since my last video. Well, we just got back from a 3-week vacation in our home province of Ontario. First off, we drove to Ottawa to puppy sit and to spend time with my son and his family in Ottawa. After 10 days, we drove across Highway 60 to our favorite vacation spot, Cedar Grove Lodge on Peninsula Lake, a very dementia-friendly place. Now, for our trip, there's some things that we had to remember. On Highway 60, there's our favorite restaurant. It's called the Granary Schnitzel House. You can have a schnitzel dinner, which includes schnitzel, your mashed potatoes, your gravy. It's perfect. But also, we remembered to pack our 15-foot Langford canoe, paddles, and life jackets. Enough meds for extra days, just in case, our walking poles, and we also make a list before we pack for vacation so we don't forget anything. You know, when we're driving along Highway 60, I navigate, Karen drives, and they get to look out the window at all the sights. And there's one thing that I saw that sort of the arrogant worms say it best about Ontario.
'Cause we've got rocks and trees and trees and rocks and 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 water.
Our cabin at Cedar Grove is spacious. It has a front porch and a private dock. It's perfect for us. And speaking of canoe trips, we go over the safety points every time. We bring our life jackets and our paddles, and we communicate constantly. When we're on the lake, we stick to familiar waters, and we avoid skiers, tubers, personal watercraft, and we just enjoy the view. The staff at Cedar Grove Lodge put our table in a room adjacent to the main dining room. It had a peaceful view, and it was away from the larger, noisier groups. We really appreciate it. Thanks, Bonnie. Walking or hiking is great exercise, and it's important if you're living with dementia to get plenty of that. We started at Arrowhead Park. The trails there are wide and relatively flat. Here's a 2-kilometer trail that we love. We go out there with plenty of bug spray on and sunscreen, and these are Nordic walking poles. That's a way of keeping your balance, but also I don't have to stare at the ground. I can look up and see the sights. Next, we graduated to a trail at Algonquin Park. That was a bit of a challenge the last time I did it a couple of years ago. Kind of avoided it since. It's a relatively flat trail. It's got some hills, but it also has a beautiful feature in it called Whiskey Rapids. It's gorgeous. It's even in an A.Y. Jackson painting from the Group of Seven. It's a wonderful sight to see, and I highly recommend it. But most importantly, bring Nordic walking poles. I recommend these for anyone over 60 years of age. Get a pair of these. You can get them at almost any sporting goods store, and these fold up so that we can travel with them. But if you're over 60, get a pair of these things, whether you've got dementia or not. And as you'll see, it's how we navigate down the hills with the routes that go across them. There's a lot of tripping hazards, and there's a lot of places that if you lose your balance, it might not be a great day. Well, we went to Whiskey Rapids and we hiked the trail. It was a victory for me because the last time I went there, I didn't have my Nordic poles, and one day I lost my balance. I rolled down the bank of the river and I landed on my back on a slab of granite with two big rocks on either side of my head. I was lucky to survive it. And that was not, it was only 2 or 3 years ago that that happened. I was really lucky, but I learned my lesson. Bring the Nordic poles. There's no shame in it. They're cheap, but they're great. That's what you do. When we're up in Muskoka, there are some must-dos. A meal on the dock in Huntsville, and then we go for ice cream at Kawartha Dairy, one of the world's best kept secrets. If you get to Muskoka, go to Kawartha Dairy, have an ice cream. This one is a small, and I've got pictures to prove it. Big servings, tiny cows. Kawartha Dairy, outstanding. Well, our vacation was a 4-star vacation, one of the best we've ever had. In spite of the challenges, we still had a great time. It was one of the best, actually. Before we go, I want you to check the link in the description below. That link will take you to a YouTube video posted by the Alzheimer's Society of Windsor, Essex. The name of the video is I Am Mike. This film was made by Axel Films here in Windsor, Ontario, and they did a beautiful job. This film is a tribute to caregivers and their importance to people living with dementia. It's worth a look. Again, thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.